So here we enter the second deck where the control room is. We go out into the engine room. You can see the main engine here. Here we have Wärtsilä 12 Artiflex 96C. Below on third deck we usually keep some spare parts, exhaust valves, liners, pipes. Going into our starboard section, here we have the control air dryer. This is a temperature control for the hot well. And you also have the dump condenser on top. This is a hot well. If you have any fuel oil leaks in the heating coils, you can see oil here. This tank in front is a filter tank. So after the water passes through the hot well, it goes into this tank and then to the drain tank. This is a provision refrigeration plant. This is a cylinder oil daily tank. You have some spare free on bottles. This is our AC compressors for accommodation. This is a water mist system. This one acts as an emergency system in case you don't have pressure from the freshwater system. This one uses nitrogen bottles. The other ones on top are the ventilation fan ducts. And you have access to passageway from both sides. This is the starboard side. This is how a passageway looks. It goes all the way forward. You can go out on the upper deck all the way forward. You have some steam pipes going into the tanks. You have some valves here, and in the aft, if you go all the way back, you can access the steering gear room. This tank you see here is like a storage tank for lube oil for our TG system, the turbo generator system. Here we have two working air compressors. They produce 8 bars. These three here are the starting air compressors for our main engine and generators. And they also supply to working air in case of emergency. This is our working air bottle. These small orange boxes you see are the emergency escape breathing devices in case you have a fire or an emergency in engine room. You can put them on and escape. Here, this is the third deck. You can see this is a hydraulic power pack systems. You have these pumps building around 140 bars of hydraulic pressure together with an accumulator. This is LP circulation pumps. The low pressure drum we have. The other big ones are the HP circulation pumps. On both these pumps you have these small coolers which are cooling down the pumps and the water. Sometimes they get dirty. You need to clean them. This is a freshwater generator. All the water that we use on board. It's made from seawater. Going down to the 4th deck. On this deck, these pumps and the cooler you see here, these are for a reefer system, reefer freshwater system. If you have a lot of reefers, you can use freshwater for cooling. This is our lube oil separator for our generator number 3. This is our synchronous condenser machine. This is the SCM used with a shaft generator. So when we are running about 50 RPM, we can actually use the shaft rotation for generating electricity. It saves a lot of fuel. This is our generator number 3. We have some fuel filters, booster pumps for the generator system. On the left, we have 2 starting air bottles. The starting air for main engine, for generators, the air for Typhoon on top. Everything goes from here. This is our workshop. This area is for welding. Going out, we are now on the main engine deck. Here you can see main engine turbochargers. We have 3 turbochargers on this engine. We have the auxiliary blowers. 2 of them are present on this engine. Some spare motors for the auxiliary blowers. It's turbocharger number 2. And we have the cylinder lubrication system. Here you can set the amount of cylinder lubrication. You can adjust individually for each cylinder. For the top and the bottom lubricators, and you can also see if you have oil going into all the units and the unit is pumping okay with these small balls that move in the side glass. This is a auxiliary blower number 1 and turbocharger number 1. This is a Wärtsilä engine, so the naming starts from the aft. This is how the main engine cylinders look. We have the fuel pipes, exhaust valves, hydraulic pipe for exhaust valves. So on your daily rounds, you usually go around, check if everything is tight, there's no leaks. If you see any abnormal vibrations, and the exhaust goes up there into the boiler on top. This is a storeroom where we keep all the spares. This is a fuel oil separator room. We have 3 fuel oil separators which purify the oil that we use for our main engine. One is capable of purifying diesel oil as well, which we use for emergency generator. So one has a line for diesel oil, the other two only have line for fuel oil. Going down to the main engine, 7th deck. Here you can see the starting of the engine from aft. See, these VFDs are for scrubber pumps all the way aft. This is our main engine. You have the main starting valve. Control oil pumps. The servo pumps, 6 servo pumps. Then you have the fuel oil pumps for the main engine and the intermediate fuel accumulator. This is a drain, and you can check if you have any leakages from the pumps, from the IFA, from non-return valves. You can open the drain and check to find out if there is a leakage. This is a servo oil filter, automatic filter. It's continuously purifying our lube oil, filtering our lube oil. The lube oil filters are 6 microns. This is a main engine lube oil cooler, and these are the main engine lube oil automatic filters. Right here we have 2 main engine lube oil crosshead pumps, and this is a HT heater. Coming to the turbo generator room, these are the vacuum pumps for the condenser. And we also have a sewage plant in this room. This is a biological sewage plant. This is a TG control panel. We have the TG running right now. So we are not running any generators. We are using steam to drive a steam turbine, and we are running shaft generator in parallel. So we are actually not using any generators right now. This is the main steam line that drives. It comes from the HP drum, and it's driving the steam turbine. This big red valve is the main steam valve. We open when we have to run it. The small motor you see on the left is for the governor, and I don't know if it's possible for you to see, but you can see the shaft turning. These coolers here are our main LT coolers. So they are using seawater to cool down our LT system, which in turn cools down HT, and that is a basic system that is used on all ships. So you have minimum amount of seawater pipes, and the rest is fresh water. These are LT pumps. That's a low temperature system. Going down to the bottommost deck above the tank top, here we have the turbocharger lube oil pumps, the turbocharger lube oil filters, and the turbocharger lube oil cooler. We have some spare bearings and other spare parts here. This is our flywheel. And then on the other side we have shaft tunnel, which we'll see in a minute. We have all the crankcase relief doors marked for each cylinder, you can see. On top you have the scavenger air coolers. And it says it's the #1 engine in the world, probably when it was made. There are bigger ones now, better ones, but this one is still okay. Here we have fire pump, main engine lube oil pumps, these are the reefer cooling system seawater pumps. These are ballast pump #2. The small one is freshwater generator ejector pump, and this seawater filter on the starboard side. This is our TG condenser. This is the TG seawater pumps, and you have these overboard pipes. On the left side you have the two main seawater pumps for our LT system. This blue tank is our BOB system, that's blending on board. We make our own cylinder oil. Here you have some feed pumps for the oil fired boiler and for the exhaust gas boiler. This valve is an emergency C-section. In case you have flooding of engine room, you can use these big seawater pumps to drive out water that accumulates in the engine room. This is our main engine lube oil purifier. The port side, we have the fuel oil feed pumps for our separators. Here you have feed pump for the main engine fuel oil. That's diesel oil pumps. And this is 15 ppm, which we use to pump out bilge water overboard. Here we have the boiler system, the boiler fuel oil pumps, filters, heaters, and on this side we have the main engine fuel oil heaters and the booster pump. It's the port side sea chest and ballast pump #1. These are a fuel oil transfer pump that transfers fuel from the cargo hold tanks to our settling tanks. This is a bilge pump which we use to pump bilges from engine room into our bilge tanks. This is a 100 ppm filter. You can see doors for crankcase on the left. These two black pipes are scrubber overboard, so all the wash water from scrubber goes back out. Now we're going to enter the shaft tunnel. It's usually isolated by watertight door. As you can see, we have a shaft power meter there, the band. The shaft generator is here. These all switchboards are part of the shaft generator system. We have these bearings, intermediate bearings for the shaft. On the other side you can see these green color pumps. They are pumps for scrubber, the seawater pumps. This is the additional fire pump, and the small pump behind is for a water mist system. There is the filter for a scrubber system, sea chest, seawater filters through which seawater goes to the scrubber pumps. And then after 5 intermediate bearings, we go all the way back. And on the other side of this bulkhead, you have seawater and the big propeller on the other side. On this ship we have 2 stern thrusters. You can see the thruster tunnel and the shaft. That's for number 1, and you see another one for thruster number 2. This is a stern tube seal system. So these are the parts we have in the shaft tunnel. These pipes go from here all the way to the funnel. At sea, we usually keep the watertight doors closed. And this is pretty much how the engine room looks from the second deck down. This is another generator room. We have generator number 1 and 2 in this room. Number 2 generator is out of service right now because we had a major breakdown. This is generator number 1, and we have the fuel oil system including feed pump and booster pumps for the generators. This is our third deck port side transformer room. So here we usually keep electrical parts. These big transformers are for our main step down transformers. We keep some spare valves, motors, and the gasket table to make gaskets here. This is the control room where we monitor all the parameters, and this is the high voltage room. You have all the 6.6 kV breakers here for thrusters, generators, the shore connection,